Hey guys, how y'all doing today? The Weirdable here, playing me some Battlefield 1. Now, for those of you who didn't know, Final Fantasy 15 is out today. You can go and get that. Go down to your local store, get that. It's on PS4, it's on Xbox One. You know, go get it if you want, I suppose. I don't know. But anyway, I'm playing on Suez Canal. I'm sniping. I go 32 for 8. So it's worth sticking around just for that, hey? If not to hear me blabber on about Final Fantasy. Anyway, this is a good example of how to use the flare gun, because apparently that shit is hot and it will burn people. So use that, okay? If you're sniping, do that. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Final Fantasy 15. So before we go any further, I just kind of want to get it out there. I've got a confession. I've never actually finished a Final Fantasy game. Now I know some of you are probably clicking off this video immediately after I've said that, but hear me out. I mean, these games came out a while ago. I mean, this was on PS1 when I had a PS1, and I just really didn't get the turn-based combat system. I didn't get it. I didn't like it. It wasn't fast enough for me, and I didn't like this whole slogging it out thing to level up your character, and I didn't like the idea to think that I had to spend hours and hours leveling up my character so that I could defeat someone. I liked games where I could use my own skill, to kind of, even though if I wasn't high enough character, I could somehow maybe still do it. Kind of look at Demon Souls, for example, or Dark Souls. That's a hack and slash, but even if you come up against people who are tougher and higher level than you can theoretically still, defeat them somehow. But that's why in this new game that's come out, I'm really happy to see that they've got rid of the turn-based combat and it's just free-flowing, button mashing combat, but it looks amazing. Like some of the skills and things you can pull off. I'm sure that there's still a lot of move sets and things that are like from the original games that they've just put into non-turn-based style combat, which is great for people like me who just want to. I've always loved the stories of Final Fantasy. I've always thought they intrigued me so much, but I just couldn't sit down and and play them. I would have loved to have just sat down and watched someone else play them, but I didn't. But now it kind of gives me a chance to sort of pick up this game, and you never know. Like I've grown up, I've got older. That happens when you grow, I suppose. But now I've got older. Maybe I'll go back and try the old ones. I mean, I've heard they're pretty good. But let's focus on Final Fantasy 15 or XV as I call it. XV. No, I don't. I actually call it 15 because that'd be stupid if you called it that. That was a really nice shot. So all this information that I'm getting, by the way, I've looked at the reviews. The reviews are great. Yeah, all this information are from these reviews. I've been reading them, watching them. IGN, Kotoko, is that how you say it, Kotoko, or something like that? Anyway, yeah. So what I've got from all of that is basically it's a long ass game, okay, which I really like. I like in my single players to be long. I like them, but not too long, as in really boring long. Not like Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain, boring. Oh my god, so boring. Why did they ruin that game? Anyway, apparently it's like 40 hours, like 20 hours for single player, and then 20 hours for side quests or something like that. But basically, it's a long game, and it's completely open world. So I hear, and apparently you have to even feed your characters and things like that, and you've got to plan trips and do all this stuff, which I'm not sure if that's similar to what other Final Fantasy games were like. I don't remember really. I mean, I remember it being kind of open world, but very linear open world, as in it forced you down certain tracks and paths and things. So it wasn't completely, open world per se. It was yeah, you know what I mean. Going back to the reviews though for a little bit, I am kind of worried. I've been a bit sort of skeptical of reviews lately, especially when it's to do with games that have been hyped up a lot and things like that. Like I mentioned earlier, Metal Gear Solid, The Phantom Pain, that was hyped up a ton, and the reviews. If you look back on the reviews, IGN and stuff, they gave it like 9 and 8, and it really wasn't, in my opinion, that that good. Another one, No Man's Sky. I mean, that the hype train on that was ridiculous, and that didn't turn out to be nearly as good as what the game's developer said it was going to be like. Anyway, that is a whole nother story, and I've been following that quite closely actually. If anyone else watching this has been following No Man's Sky, and actually the new update which has come out, I kind of want to have a go on that and see if that's made any difference. Anyway, I'm getting very sidetracked right now. What I'm trying to say is I want to wait at least a week to see what people think of this game, Final Fantasy, what they think of it, and at least play it for a bit themselves. Like, not, these are just normal people playing it, and normally those people, like myself and yourself watching this video, are the people who really give us the real reviews, you know, real people giving us the real reviews, and that's what we want. We don't want some people paid to say that this was good, that was bad, you know, following other people. You know, because some of these people, I don't really understand. Like, you know, if it's that long, how have they played it for that long? Unless they got a really early copy and they sat down for 40 hours and just played it. You know, I never believe that these people really finish the game. You know, but I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But for myself, you know, I'm pretty hyped about it, just because I finally feel like this is going to give me a chance to get into Final Fantasy. And as I said, if I like this, I'd love to go back and play the originals, just to like get some backstory on some of the characters and some of the monsters, because I've heard some of the monsters that you fight are, you know, old monsters from the old games and things like that. And I just want to be able to get some of the references. So I know you might well be saying this might not be the right way to go about it, but for me, I want to get into it this way. I want to be able to play this one and then go back. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're as hyped about Final Fantasy 15 as I am. Like I said, I think I'm going to wait till maybe the end of this week just to see like what people really think of it, not the review people, what people really think of it. And if you have got the game today and you've been playing it and you've watched this video, please leave a comment saying whether it's good or bad. Just literally put good or bad. You know, that's all I want. I don't want a big review. I just want it's good, it's bad. Just do that, good or bad. Because, you know, that'll help me decide. Because I could do with a free roam open world type game with lots of characters and side quests and things like that. I mean, the last game that I played like that was probably The Witcher 3, and that was a fantastic game. So, you know, these type of games have got a lot to live up to now, because that game really set the bar very high. So, you know, it's got a lot of work to do. Anyway, like I've said, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a dislike. That's your choice. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys later.